Welcome back, family. Hey, we are here to analyze the cover price top 10 for the week of September 4th.
Happy Labor Day. Also,
Yes.
I'm Greg.
And I'm rich, not wealthy.
And we are Team Ohana.
Absolutely. Let's get into the top 10 list.
Boom. All right, let's do it.
All right, starting off at number 10, we have The Devil's Cut, the 1 in 100 ratio from the new company called Distillery. And
Yep.
I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it.
Yep.
They also did have a 1 in 100, I can't say Funko, but a plastic toy which looked like a Funko, which was also available during the San Diego Comic-Con. I did see this one in Syndicate.
Okay.
And they were not asking these prices, and it wasn't selling.
Oh, I'm noticing that the little statue that you're talking about,
Yeah.
they did release it at San Diego Comic-Con, but then when this book was released last Wednesday, they also started putting those statues in the stores. There's an image of that statue on the D of this cover. The little fire fox thing. So I wonder if maybe people are collecting both of those two things, and that's why this one is hotter than the others, I guess.
Now, for people that are interested in knowing, this is a kind of like Image. You got a bunch of artists that came together to make a collaborative studio. Unlike Image, when Image first started, all the artists that went there only worked with Image. They were like exclusive. They were telling the rest of the world, nope, we're focusing here. This is more like we'll do this, and we'll still draw for Marvel or DC or Image or Boom or whomever. Okay.
I think part of that is because technically Distillery was created by some ex-Comixology people, the company that Amazon now owns. So they actually created it, but then the artists and writers and stuff bought stakes in it, basically. So bought into the company. So I don't know if it's the same as Image or not. I wasn't around for Image.
And this is a series of stories.
Yeah, this is like an anthology, and most of them are previews to upcoming releases from Distillery. Some of them, I think there's two that are just standalone little short stories.
And from what I did hear, this is kind of a mature book.
Mm-hmm.
I got a copy of cover A. I did not read it yet. I'm sorry. But from what I understand, there's like a story in there about necrophilia. I might skip over that one.
Oh, my.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that, actually. The girl who writes Wonder Girl in DC, Joelle Jones, and the girl who does Grimm, that book, they work together on that story where what do you call a person that works with cadavers at the lab or whatever?
Mortician?
I guess, but they're more like the doctor version.
Coroner?
That's a better one, yeah.
Okay.
Coroner, starts to fall in love with one of the cadavers.
Oh, so it's like Last Chance with Mary Jane, the song from Tom Petty.
I guess. I don't know anything about the story other than just that super high level thing.
Tom Petty's song and video is about a coroner/mortician who's always had his crush on a girl and winds up on her slab and.
Oh man, that's good. That's a good story, but it's messed up.
Like dresses her up, has dinner with her, and
oh geez,
leaves stuff to your imagination what else he does. So.
Anyway,
right.
These are selling for about almost $200 for the 1 in 100.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm not about that life personally.
Look, the cover A. First off, these are magazine size.
Yes.
Okay, so graded copies are going to be not as plentiful.
Yes.
Okay, it's like Last Ronin. But anyway, getting back to this book. Let's get back to this book. Do I think it's worth $190? Hell no.
No way.
I don't know how many stores bought these, but based on how many I saw at Syndicate, they bought enough to get to the 1 in 150 toy. At that point, if I were him, I probably would have bought the extra 50 just to get a second 1 in 100. But that's neither me nor there. These things are $10 each. The cover A.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to, and there's 13 different covers.
Yep.
They're really hoping a lot that this is going to take off, and it's too new for me to say if it's good or not. I haven't read it. I don't know if people are going to continue buying it. It's another company. How many comic book companies are there out there? So it's a lot.
Hopefully, not every release is going to be $10 and prestige format too.
Yeah, but maybe it's just that I've been jaded by Bad Idea. It makes me leery. But me personally, if I'm wrong and I missed it, this turns out to be a $10,000 book, I'm willing to say, okay, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not want to take a chance with $200 to buy this book.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on?
Move on. So, yeah, I would not. Me personally, I'm avoiding it.
Me too.
Okay, so what do we got for number 9? It's the Amazing Spider-Man 1 in 50 homage. Now, seeing on the side here, it says top weekly sale, $51. So, right at ratio?
Yeah, I mean, I think it maybe went up a couple bucks, but nothing super significant. This was your pick last week, yeah?
I didn't get it. I didn't go shopping.
No, but this was your gun to the head, if I remember.
Yeah, but I don't think well, I do like the cover. For some reason, it's just not loading up. Cover price has been a little glitchy today.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Everybody's website has little glitches from time to time. I'm not complaining about cover price. I love them. But $50, it hasn't really shot up. You would expect for investability, a 1 in 50 to be up to 100 to 150 for it to really gain traction and become an investable book. It hasn't. Still not a bad cover to have for $50 if you can get it.
No. It's funny here. Now that I zoomed in, it says next to the big 32 you were talking about last week, it has a stamp that says approved by the THWIP Code Authority. That's funny.
Yeah, I see the last sale at 51, fair market value 45. It just loaded. I see a no grade, which on a brand new book we have to assume that a no grade is still near mint copy. $37 on the third.
Yeah.
So, $35, $40, depending upon the shipping costs. I think it's going to continue to go down a little bit, but it's still a cool looking book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 8.
Number 8.
Ooh.
Heir to the Empire.
A newsstand edition, which I do not have.
Yes, newsstand. First appearance of Thrawn and Mara.
And Mara Jade, yes. Luke was not married.
Boy, the Raws are selling for $200.
Well, it's a 1995 book, and newsstands were almost extinct at this point selling comic books.
That's true.
So even like any grade, trying to find this book in a newsstand.
It's just hard to find in general.
Yeah.
So, let's see. 9.8 is $1,700. But a 9.6 just sold for $540.
Wow.
That's a big jump right there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't think, look, as much as I love the book, I do. I don't think this is the right time to get this book.
No. I mean, so, here's the deal. We're going to say that about most books on this list, I think, every week, pretty much.
Yeah, because if it's on the hot list, it's already selling high.
Right. So, I mean, this is here, obviously, because Ahsoka, is currently playing, and I imagine we're going to see Mr. Blue Man this coming week.
I think it's going to be next week.
Okay.
Yes.
So this will be episode 4 this week?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And historically, it's episode 5 in Filoni stuff that really starts to, buckle the seatbelt, here we go. Yeah.
So, but I'm pretty sure that's why this is on this list. I mean, this book is always hot anyway, just because people love Thrawn, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this really took off a lot in the first place when he was introduced into Rebels. But when it became obvious it was not just a cartoon, this is going to be canon. This book had a much higher selling price. I think it was like close to $3,000 a couple of years ago.
Gosh, actually.
For the sales data. Actually, I see a $4,500. I see a $5,000.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
5,000.
Back in 2021. Newsstand, super hot book.
Yeah, 5,000 in April of 21. Jesus, man. I cannot dream of dropping $5,000 on this book.
Newsstand, though.
Yeah, but there are so many like Golden Age, whatever, classic books that I would just.
I agree with you.
I get the direct and call it.
Yeah, a 1995 9.8 newsstand. Now you are getting into the rarity that I would be interested in, but $5,000, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, we were discussing a book earlier today that right before this recording that if I had 1,000, I would have gotten. You would have been jealous.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows Greg, they know what book that is.
I'd be green with envy. Put it that way.
And I would feel like I'm 22 again.
Oh. Anyway, don't buy this book right now. Super expensive.
No, don't get this book right now. I think it's still room for it to come down some more.
Yeah.
Moving up to number 7. Oh, the original.
Now, I'm guessing this is simply on here because it was reminded of.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes you get a real hot homage of another book, a Hulk 340, a Spider-Man 300, a TMNT, and it drives up the sales of the original. Well, not the TMNT, it's not that many. But it drives up the sales of the original because it's like, it's fresh in everybody's mind.
It's like when somebody comes out with like a cover of an old song. Like right now, actually. There's a country artist that covered that "You Got a Fast Car," that Tracy Chapman song from the 90s. And that song's really hot. But
That's
now,
the name of the song, Fast Car.
Yeah, and now Tracy Chapman's song is going up the charts too.
Yeah,
the original. So that's something similar here. And I love how Cover Price says this is a key comic just because of classic cover art by Mike Zeck.
Yeah, and it really is a classic cover. I would love to have a poster of that or a T-shirt of that or something, you know. But I think it would really look cool if you're like building a Spider-Man wall. If you had the new Spider-Man 1 in 50 and the original side by side 9.8s, that would look nice.
This book is affordable as hell.
Yeah, 1987.
I mean, I found this in the used bookstore for $10. So,
what's a 9.8 on this go for?
A lot. I don't think there's too many. $4.15 it says. The last sale was $400 on the 7th of July.
And okay, it's loaded up. $155 for a 9.6. Ooh, look at that! A nice $35 9.4.
Yeah, at that point you might as well do the old Greg crack and press.
I would just buy it as a 9.4 at that point and keep it.
Or that, yeah.
They do have a newsstand variant of this as well. And there's a Mark Jeweler of this too.
Oh well, yeah.
But it's only hot now because of the 1 in 50 homage. If you're being reminded, hey, oh shoot, I always wanted to get that book, don't buy it now. Give us some time. This will appear on one of our Remember Me's.
Yeah, I mean, this book is never like $2 or whatever. It's always, I think it always kind of hangs around $10, just because it is like a, you know, even though I didn't like the story, it's an iconic run. I'm not going to argue that, but the cover itself is iconic too. So
I think it was always a $2 book before we got news that there was going to be a Craven movie, and that drove it up.
You think so?
Yeah, and I don't think it ever came back down to dollar bin levels. But it'll always have some value now because it is associated with being a key book. But it will definitely drop down a little bit from where you're at right now. And I think a 1987 book, there should be enough copies out there that $400 for a 9.8 is about. Number 6. Ugh, she's still here.
Hey, she's moving down.
She's what?
She's moving down.
Oh, goody.
To the east side.
Okay, so X-Men number 130 in a newsstand version. We have the first appearance of Dazzler. And I know there are going to be some comments, saying, oh, Dazzler number 1. You know what? Everybody likes different characters.
100%. I mean, so we're looking at most common raw, $93. What grade do you want to know?
9.6.
9.6. One sold for $600 on the 27th of August.
Nope.
Fair market is $580.
Yeah.
It really drops off around 8.5 for 192 still. That's a high 8.5, man.
And we are looking at newsstand. Newsstand was the most popular printed in 1980.
Yeah.
I can see the 9.8s and 9.6s being harder to find because, they just didn't keep the condition. The lower grades, literally about 4 times as many newsstands at this point as there are direct sale.
Trying to pull up the direct sales here. Looks like Raw fair market value for that's 117 versus 93 for the newsstand.
Now, I can see that for two reasons. One, there are much less direct sale. And two, when you were going to comic book stores in 1980, you were looking at comics more as an investment, not just something to read. So you were immediately bagging them, some cases boarding, but mostly just bagging them. So you were keeping the better condition. So your average Raw is going to be in better condition than your average Raw newsstand.
That follows suit about pretty much the whole way down the slabbed prices, by the way. They're usually about $580 to $490, $360 to $330. So, yeah.
I mean, I would rather have like an 8.0 new direct sale than an 8.0 newsstand.
Oh, yeah. It's more raw. More raw. It's more raw, man.
So, but again, I still think all the hype about Dazzler. I personally think she's an overrated character. I know a lot of people love her. I don't like Deadpool. Okay, it's just a personal preference. But we have not gotten any kind of confirmation that Taylor Swift is even interested in playing this person. You got the actor strike going on. The movie is not going to be out until next September at the earliest because of everything that's going on with the And I personally just think you're crazy to pay today's prices based on the amount of speculation that is involved in this.
Let me make sure there's no extra information before we. I don't see any additional information on my end, but I have done my due diligence in the research at this point.
Well, on behalf of the entire community that watches this channel, we do appreciate the amount of work that you do looking stuff up.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Now, well, I think right now we should give a little shout out to the people that really appreciate this channel and the amount of work that you do.
And you, Patron Nation, Patreon, Cocoa Nuts. We want to thank y'all for being so cool and hanging out with us. We got to find a day and time for our September meetup so you can pull some more books. Hopefully you get a SpiderMan 1 or 310 or something. It's in there.
Cool.
But yeah, here are the coolest guys ever. On to number 5.
Top 5. We have Kaden, number 6.
The purple one.
Oh, that was kind of purple, too.
Yeah. First full appearance.
Look, I own the books, and I have a hard time telling which one is which sometimes.
This is the market's decision of the first full appearance of, basically, the Rebels crew.
And the most important one being Sabine Wren. In this group, anyway, because she's a Mandalorian, and I think that more people like Sabine than Ezra. People don't know. I think they think that Sabine has a greater
growth potential.
Yeah, more time in the canon than Ezra will have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this book also 2021 heights were $550, $600.
Oof.
Yep. Oof. And look, I got both of mine in raw. And I remember I pulled the one out of the box first, and it was a 9.6, and I was like, oh darn! And then I got the number 6. I went, please. I got the 9.8, and I'm like, well, if I have to take my choice of which one, I wanted number 6.
Yep.
Because that is what the people say is.
People have spoken.
Yeah.
So right now, 9.8 of the purple one is going to run you $330.
Mm-hmm.
9.6 is going to run you $160. And you don't really, I don't think you really want to fuck with anything belower than that. Belower?
It's a 2015 book, so it's not that old, and it is Marvel, so you know they printed a lot.
Yeah. I mean, a 9.4 is $100, so, but one just sold for $120.
And a 9.4 just sold for $87. Yeah, exactly. The prices are still a little bit all over the place. But when the season ends, November-ish, December-ish, wow, when the season ends...
It's not going to be December, is it?
No. I'm just saying when the book will have dropped some.
Oh, yes.
It's going to end, the season ends in October.
Uh-huh.
or maybe the last week of September. It's right around there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still going to need a couple weeks for the price to start coming down. Plus, people need Christmas money. So I see this as being a book that will be dumped, and the price will come down.
That would be cool.
Not to people like me that keep the book. But
Yeah.
but if you have it, I would recommend trying to sell it right now.
Buy it back.
Yeah, buy it back. Of course, I say that, but I don't do it. This is not a great time to buy this book. I don't think that, based on the market, how fast CGC is turning things around, how much I'm sure the population, the census of this book has increased since 2021, that it's ever going to hit those kind of numbers again. Number 4?
Yeah, something unrelated. Just kidding.
Okay, number 1.
This is what CGC says is the first appearance of Kaden, Ezra, Sabine, and Heir.
And Gara, Zeb, and Chopper.
Oh, does it say that on there? Okay.
Well, it does say Gara, Zeb, quotes Zeb, Aurelios. Does say Chopper. Okay.
Chopper. Get to Chopper.
Get to the Chopper.
Just get to Chopper. He's right over there.
He's the homicidal little war criminal who will keep you safe and then kick you in the leg when you're done.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit less because the market demands it as such, despite CGC.
Well, the people say that number 5 is the first full. There's more of a argument for number 6 being, when I said number 5, I meant number 5 on the list. Number 6 being the first full appearance than there is for Gambit. I guarantee you that. But there's less copies of number 6. Usually they print a lot more number 1s.
Yep.
People pre-order them.
That's why they
number
keep
1s.
resetting series too.
Yeah.
But you're looking at the last sale of this for 9.8 was $125, which is
That's a great price. And I would grab one of those personally.
$125, man. That was yesterday. So shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think my 9.6 was like 180 in 2021.
There you go.
Yeah, so if I could, if I would have sold that at 180 and bought it back a 9.8 for 125 and have $60 in my pocket in a top grade, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that actually is a good pickup, I think, even at this price, because everybody's still gravitating towards number 6.
Yeah, it's kind of sneaky, even though it's higher up on the list.
Well, maybe that's why, because people, I can't spend 300, but I can spend 100.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, number 3.
Norse Illustrated Swimsuit Edition.
What the hell's a Nort?
Nort is, if you look down at the variant covers, there's the
he's the artist.
No, Nort is a Green Lantern from Sector 618 or something, and he's like a dog alien.
What?
He's like a dog. He's like a dog alien, and he's the one of the 2 Green Lanterns of that sector, and his name is Nort, and he's like usually like a bumbling comedic relief in Green Lantern books.
So he's Green Lantern Howard the Duck.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And every year DC does like a swimsuit edition because, I mean, sex sells, let's be honest.
Yep.
And
got my attention.
Yeah. And so they named this one Norse Illustrated. And then this is the Pablo Villalobos 1:25 ratio, and I think it's freaking gorgeous.
I like it, but there's other ones that I like better. I love the copper tone homage. I'm looking at the other covers.
Yeah.
And the Will Jack from Eastside Comics.
Yeah, you just like Power Girl.
No, well, I like the homage to copper tone because that's kind of funny, but I think the facial features are much nicer on the Will Jack. I would take the close-up one, not the virgin.
I'm trying to look at the...
Power Girl as a virgin wouldn't be bad either.
Beep.
Yeah, right?
Yes. So this is a 1:25, and it's got Wonder Woman, and I actually like that outfit better than her.
It's
normal.
reminiscent of the full blue diving suit, I guess you'd say, the wetsuit that Linda Carter used to wear.
Ah, okay.
Got the same shade of blue, but, doesn't cover her legs and everything. But, yeah, it is a really nice cover. But do we think that this is going to? It's not a story. It's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, literally, like everyone inside is pictures, or it's got a story. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I'm reading here. Whatever the case, get ready to see him in his newest role. Speaking of Nort, and his proprietor of this very special swimsuit edition comic. Join our favorite fuzzball as he showcases some of our best swimsuit covers and our most swimtacular stories, from Flash in the Speed Force Speedo to Batman in his
bathing suit.
Okay, I see. Ugh. This very special one shot is a summer fun from bikini top to bikini bottom. Also collecting some of the steamiest swimsuit covers from DC's best talent all in one place for the very first time. No shame, and I don't care. Good for them.
Genre mature, 48 pages. So it's going to have some stories in it. You got to get to see Batman, probably in a Speedo.
Yeah, I mean, one of the covers there, he's kind of not totally in a Speedo, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, not for me. I'm sure that, you know, just like I don't go out and buy all the gun honeys, but there is a market for it.
Yeah, although this is, I mean, for a 1 in 25, selling at $70, that's a good return.
Yeah, and the question is, how many stores ordered enough copies of the regular to get the 1 in 25?
I don't know, because this is also a $7 book. Just like regular cost.
I mean, Distillery is 10.
Yeah,
coming out the same week. We're asking a lot of comic shops to lay out a lot of money lately.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm going to shy away from it. I think it's a one shot. We don't know if the stories are going to affect anything. And in the long run, yes, it is a beautiful woman or attractive man book that is going to attract people to buy it now, but next month there'll be another one. A month after that, there'll be another one.
Yeah.
There's always books that are, you know, Power Girl and...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't spend the $80 on it.
No way.
Number two. Ah, my copy.
Direct. Yep.
Yeah, we're under 1,000. I remember this used to be so much higher. This was like 1,500 before.
Although it is climbing. If the last sale is to go by 900 versus the fair market value.
Oh man, I love Mere Farkins.
Fair market value of $817 versus the last sale of $900. So.
Yeah, little Willy Wonka. Scratch that, reverse it.
Yes, I did that last time too.
This is actually one of my best buys in my collection. That's why I love mine. So, when I wanted to get my copy, it was before Where Is Your Master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
You talked to the guy at the store, and he was like, I guarantee this is a 9.8.
Yep.
I remember the story.
Yep, but he did not want the fair market value of $40. He wanted $50.
I'd say it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even clean and press it.
And that's a CBCS 9.8.
That's like rare, man.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm very happy about that book, though. That one, those two books side by side won't be leaving my collection.
That's awesome. But look at that fall from 817 to 286 for 9.6.
Yeah. Well, that back cover is very hard because of color.
Is it pretty dark?
Yeah, you got the dark blue in the front.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
It shows everything.
That's a big FU.
It is.
Wow. Yeah. Jeez.
So, look, Thrawn is going to be around a while. I don't think that they're going to kill him off in the Ahsoka series. But we do know that he has an end at some point. Now, if you think about how much Thanos books were, Thanos' first appearance, and then after Endgame, where are those Thanos books now? They've dropped a lot.
Have they?
Yeah. Okay. So, I think in the long run, after all is said and done, this one is going to drop down to like 600. The only thing that can make this really spike up a higher price is if they do introduce Mara Jade. And I don't know if they're going to do that. As much as I want to see this book succeed, I don't think this is a good time to buy it. Okay, number one.
Your favorite.
You lied to me. You told me she was going down.
Well, after I said it, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I can't tell him, no, just kidding, because then he's going to know. But also, I just lied.
It's okay.
I'm in a pickle.
You didn't lie. You lulled me into a false sense of security. That's what
Yes.
you did.
Yes,
Right, so
yes.
Dazzler #1 from her own standalone series from 1981. At
Boy,
the
oh,
time,
boy.
one of the highest printed books I had ever seen. It was everywhere. And back in 81, I think I bought a copy, read it, and chucked it. I didn't even think I kept it.
Mm.
195 for a 9.8. Wow.
I would
What was
rather.
that?
I'd rather go buy 1.8 of the Kaden #1, or 9.8.
Yeah. Let's see. We had a month ago 149. Back in January 134. 120 something. I really see this dropping back down when it gets out of the limelight. I mean, it's already down a bit.
15%.
220. Now we're down to 195.
So, I mean, if you get a nice copy for $30 raw, I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean,
Yeah.
purely I'm not a Dazzler person, but purely from a speculation point of view. I don't know.
I mean, it's tough. 195. You got to remember the book, even though it's from 1981, that is 43 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and the 9.8 that they're talking about here, this is definitely direct sale. Was there a newsstand?
Actually, scratch what I said before about $30. I'd rather get a guaranteed 9.6 for $53.
Yeah.
Because that's less than getting a $30 copy, sending it in, and having it graded and get it back.
I don't see a newsstand variant on this.
Okay, Dazzler received an offer to join the X-Men in 130.
Yep.
After helping them defeat the Hellfire Club, she declined. This was Marvel's first direct market only comic. It was not available via newsstands and had huge circulation, way above the average popular titles of the day.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I remember seeing this everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere.
You know, it's funny. After that, at least by issue 3, they were back to being available in newsstands. Because I see a Dazzler #3 newsstand here.
I imagine they probably had complaints on the newsstands. I also do remember looking in. I have an older 1982 price guide, and I remember seeing that this book had a higher value than first appearance of Punisher, which at the time was already around for 7 years.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the first appearance of Punisher was like $1.50, and this was like $5.
Wow.
So if you sold your copy of this, you could have had 3 copies of the first appearance of Punisher in near mint condition.
That's an expensive book, man. Now, jeez.
Yeah. So, yeah, I personally, I don't know. There's got to be a ton of. They're all direct sale, so they're all lovingly taken care of from the day they were born. I don't like the book personally.
I mean, I think like we talked about the past few weeks now, we would get this book over the X-Men one just because it's a lower point of entry.
Yeah.
And if we're going in on a little rumor like this, rather spend less on it.
Absolutely.
So.
But that's pretty much me personally. Again, I think that right now it's just the whole world is Taylor Swift's "What You Gonna Do" crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people that are buying this that are not even comic fans because they're just Taylor Swift fans and they want to get into it.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah.
So.
Well, there it is.
Yep.
Gun to the head.
Yes, gun to the head picks. We have to choose one book from this list that if we were forced at penalty of life to purchase at today's prices would give us the best chance for return on investment. If we both pick the same book, then we have to pick a second book. Who's going first this week?
I would get a raw copy of Kaden #1 for like $25. In my financial situation where I'm saving up for too many signatures in November.
Gotcha.
But you could get a 9.8 Kaden #1.
I was thinking that would. Right now, there are 2 books that I would, if I had to, purchase. One would be the 9.8 Kaden #1. I would love to upgrade that so that I had side by side, no doubt. But in a raw, I wouldn't mind buying the Web SpiderMan by 32.
For like $10?
Yeah.
I mean, that's solid.
And it's a great cover too. And we enjoyed the story reading it. So for our back issue book club.
Well, there you go. Those would be
my rubber band to the butt and gun to the head pick.
What are your gun to the head picks?
What do you think will be the worst pick on this list? Yeah.
Probably a 9.8 of the newsstand Heir to the Empire.
Oof. Okay.
Just because it's almost $2,000.
Yep.
If memory serves.
But
I'm not happy with the distillery.
That would be my pick. That would be my pick.
But it's not. I think it's $200 versus. Gosh.
Yeah. $225, $180, something like that.
Yeah, that's actually that's a fun exercise.
Yeah, well,
What's
we're
the
going to
worst
see if we
pick?
can remember to do that. We're going to pick our worst investment idea. We got to come back and check these in 6 months to see,
That would be fun. Yeah.
Maybe we got to set a day and start doing that as well.
With all the free time we.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
All right. Let's wrap this up, sir.
Cool. Guys, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. It helps us out, and then it'll help you out. Don't forget to leave a comment. We love talking about comics with you guys. Let us know what your picks are. Best and worst investments. Keep it clean. Keep it comics. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Team Ohana. A load of cool things over there, including watch-alongs with Ahsoka right now. We also have our monthly meetup where you get books from me, and I mail them to you every 3 months. We have meetups. We have polls. We have discussions. You can steer the direction of our podcast and our channel. We will ask you questions about that kind of stuff, too.
If you're the winner on our new Comic Book Day weekly giveaway, you get a bonus pick.
Yep. So that's usually means 3 books versus just 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's all for $3 a month.
Yep.
So you got that. We have our back issue book club that's comes out pretty much every week. We just finished up Night Terrors, and we're going to be starting Daredevil Volume 5, issues 10 through 15. It's the dark... Are you the sign language interpreter
Yeah,
on the side? Dark Arts?
Yes. Story of Muse.
Arc. Dark Arts Arc. Wow. Yes, it's the story of Muse, who is going to be the bad guy for the first half of the new Daredevil series that's coming out. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. Thank you, guys. Until we see you guys in the next episode, mahalo.